In 9 meetings, it is all square between Liverpool and Manchester United. 0-0 at Anfield between the champions and the league leaders. Let's hear from the captain, shall we? Here is Harry Maguire.
Harry, ended on as even. What did you make of it?
I thought they started the game better than us. And then I think the second half we come into it a lot more. We was a lot braver on the ball and we created the best 2 chances of the game, and on another day we win the game.
Was the whole thing a fairly cagey affair?
Yeah, it was cagey, but it was 2 good teams matching up, and we found it difficult the first half to get a rhythm to the game. The press was high, we knew it was going to be high, but the intensity, we didn't get the rhythm with the ball. We spoke about it at half time. We was 0-0 at half time and we was disappointed in our performance. We thought we could have done a little bit better. The second half felt it was a lot better, and we created openings, and like I say, we had two great chances and 2 great saves.
Were you disappointed you weren't able to exploit the fact they didn't have first choice centre halves?
Well, there's a lot of talk about the first choice centre halves, but they've had a great defensive record ever since they've had all these injuries. So it just shows that they've got lots of options there. Obviously, Jordan's gone in there, and I've played with him numerous times. He can play in there, and no, I think obviously we knew that they were short on centre halves, but like I've said, they've got lots of options, and ever since they've had all these injuries, the defensive record's been good.
Is it a better point for you, do you feel, than for them? Because obviously it maintains the gap between you.
Well, some people will look at that, but no, we come into the game, we wanted to win. Yeah, compared to how it was here last year, where it was a tight, edgy game last year, but we wasn't brave at all. We come a bit timid, and we didn't play on the front foot, and I felt in the second half we really had the intensity to go on and try and win the game. But yeah, it shows how far we've come. We're not getting carried away. There's a lot of improvement that we need to do as well, for sure. So we'll work hard, we'll get on the training pitch, and we'll try and get the 3 points next game.
So that's the view of the captain of the... It's about the skipper of the Premier League champions. Here's the views of Jordan Henderson.
Jordan, what's your reaction to the game?
We'll be a little disappointed we haven't took the 3 points at home. You know, I thought we'd done enough to win the game, especially first half. A lot of the ball, creating chances, just couldn't find the back of the net really. But yeah, they had 1 or 2 chances as well, to be fair to them. We know they're dangerous on the counter-attack, so they had 1 or 2 chances, but overall I felt as though we were a better team to win the game.
Do you think perhaps it just wasn't clicking for you in the final third?
They had 1 or 2 chances, but overall I felt as though we were a better team to win the game.
Do you think perhaps it just wasn't clicking for you in the final third?
Yeah, it seems to be the problem at the minute, you know, in the box, just finding that little bit of luck, a drop to someone and get a clean strike on it, or ricochets off someone and goes in. So that can happen in football sometimes. You just got to keep going, keep working hard, and hopefully it can change quickly.
How much was it a game of punch and counter-punch today?
Well, they're dangerous on the counter-attack. They're dangerous, obviously, away from home. The record speaks for itself. So we knew it would be a tough game. But like I said, I thought performance level was really good, you know. Counter-pressing, winning the ball back quickly was good. They're always going to have 1 or 2 moments, but it's about trying to limit that. And I felt as though we did that well today. And overall, again, like I said, we'll be disappointed not to take the 3 points.
You say to find that goal, you need a bit of luck. It doesn't help when the ref blows slightly early on the stroke of half-time. Yeah,
we weren't happy about that, as you can imagine. Strange, very good. They're always going to have 1 or 2 moments, but it's about trying to limit that. And I felt as though we did that well today. And overall, again, like I said, we'll be disappointed not to take the 3 points.
You say to find that goal, you need a bit of luck. It doesn't help when the ref blows slightly early on the stroke of half-time. Yeah, we weren't happy about that, as you can imagine. Strange, very strange. You know, I think he's through on goal if he doesn't blow that. So I don't know. Yeah, we're frustrated at half-time, but still plenty of time for us to score the goal. But again, just lacked that quality in the last bit. We're not quite at the halfway stage of the season. Where do you think you are right now as a team? Well, I would say the performance level hasn't been up to the standard over the last few weeks, as we know. But again, this group of lads is showing that we've just got to keep going, keep working hard, keep improving. It's a strange season for everyone this year, I feel, you know. So, yeah, we'll not stop now. You know, we want to keep going. I think, again,
performance level was very good today, and that's all you can do is leave everything on the pitch, give everything, and I felt as though we did that today. So we can't be too down. You know, I think yes, we want to win, and we tried our best to win today. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the goal to make that happen, but ultimately, it's still a long way to go. Still a lot of points to play for, and we'll give everything right until the end.
Lastly, as a makeshift centre half again, proud of a clean sheet.
Yeah, of course, you know, against United and like you said, the quality they possess. Clean sheet is a positive for us. So yeah, it's interesting to play there. It's difficult at times, but you know, the manager's asked us to do a job, and I just try my best to do that.
Well done today.
Thank you.
They're quite critical of the performance, but the league position as they are, I think, is a great result for Man United. And you look at the Liverpool side of things, a lot's been made of the centre halves missing, but I think the forwards are really struggling.
Aren't they?
Really struggling, just don't seem to be clicking, they're snatching at things, a little bit panicky. So I think if they're going to have to improve. They're going to have to pick up their quality very quickly if they're going to have a say in this league title.
Yeah, 3 points from 12 for Liverpool now.
Well, that run's not good enough. I think today was pretty circumstantial in terms of the result, the performance. I don't think either manager will be too disappointed. I think Solskjaer will be happy, very happy. I don't think Jurgen Klopp will be too disappointed. It's really important that they didn't go 6 points clear today, Manchester United. I mean, that's really important. So it was one of those games where the longer it goes, you didn't see Liverpool throwing on attacker after attacker. It was almost like, it's not so bad, don't give this game away. And if anything, Manchester United looked the more dangerous the longer the game went on.
OK, so 0-0 at Anfield. Still one very important game to come today, of course. Pep Guardiola and Manchester City will have been watching the outcome at Anfield with interest before they take to the field at the Etihad to face Crystal Palace. Earlier today, a return for winning ways, 3 goals and 3 points for Spurs. That after those wins yesterday for West Brom, for Brighton, for West Ham, for Chelsea and for Leicester. And of course, the match week is rounded off in the Monday night football with Arsenal against Newcastle United. So in terms of the first and third places, it's as you were before kickoff. Manchester United go on to 37 points, 2 clear of Leicester, themselves 1 clear of the champions. Spurs have gone 4th, and Manchester City now know if they beat Crystal Palace in our final game of the day, they go into 2nd place, and they also significantly go above the champions Liverpool for the first time all season. And of course, they play again in the week against Aston Villa. To 37 points, 2 clear of Leicester, themselves 1 clear of the champions. Spurs have gone 4th, and Manchester City now know if they beat Crystal Palace in our final game of the day, they go into 2nd place, and they also significantly go above the champions Liverpool for the first time all season. And of course, they play again in the week against Aston Villa, so there is a chance by Wednesday evening they could be top of the Premier League. At the bottom, Sheffield United still with 5 points, still 11 clear of safety. West Brom and Fulham, the other 2 teams, of course, in the relegation zone. West Brom boosted by that win yesterday, and likewise Brighton, who are up to 17 points, just 2 behind Newcastle, who play Arsenal tomorrow. 205th meeting between Liverpool and Manchester United at half-time at Anfield. We talked an awful lot about the setup of both teams before the game. What have you made of the way they've virtually cancelled each other out?
Well, I think we've pretty much got the tactics right, and that Manchester United were going to try to hit Liverpool in behind with the pace of the likes of Rashford, sit quite deep. They haven't camped out on the edge of their box, don't get me wrong, but they have sat deep and they've tried to use their strength, which is speed. Liverpool trying to, prize Manchester United open. It's on the left-hand side. We probably feel that they're the most dangerous when Paul Pogba starts sleeping a little bit from that position. But in general, it's been Liverpool in control of possession and United on the break.
But from Liverpool's point of view, a little lack of composure in the final third, Macca?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's lack of confidence because they haven't scored of late and they haven't been on best form. But I've been disappointed with the quality in the final third. Their choice of pass, their decision-making, when to shoot, when not to shoot, slashing at things when they should, because they weren't. A lot of the chances were not hard to get on target, but they've just been going here, there, and everywhere. And I thought Manchester United in the final third haven't been great. In the middle of midfield, it's been nice, pass. But actually, when you're speaking, when to shoot, when not to shoot, slashing at things that when they should, because they weren't. A lot of the chances were not hard to get on target, but they've just been going here, there, and everywhere. And I thought Manchester United in the final third haven't been great. In the middle of midfield, it's been nice, pass. But actually, when you want that cutting moment in the end, I've been quite disappointed actually by the both teams.
You said Manchester United have to stop first and foremost Liverpool playing. Have they done that? Is the plan working?
I don't think they've defended particularly brilliantly. I think it's been more Liverpool's poor play, really. I think Liverpool have played some really good stuff leading up to the edge of the box. Just seems in and around the edge of the box, they're not quite clicking at the minute. I think there's a couple of times Firmino had a couple of chances, scruffy little shot, sitting it into the floor. Could have possibly played Robertson in for one. And United going the other way have been a little bit disappointed, but do you know what? 0-0. It's a result at the end of the game they will definitely take.
Now, Paul, Steve, we've got to clear something up for Michael. We saw him quite animated as the half-time whistle blew. Why were you out of your seat?
Well, I think Thiago was the same. I mean, the ball gets played out there and you see his reaction and his questioning the referee. Look at that. I mean,
I tell you what, we'll play an extra 10 seconds to give him a chance.
You know, thinking too about playing an extra 10 seconds. But
look, the time's gone on it. The time's gone.
Well, the time might.
It's a great ball, great bit of play, but time's up.
I'm thinking too about playing an extra 10 seconds. But
look, the time's gone on it. The time's gone.
Well, the time might.
It's a great ball, great bit of play, but time's up.
Yeah, I'm the same. The half's gone and he still would have had plenty to do. Lindelof stops. He's still 20, 30 yards away from the goalkeeper. Lindelof would have got back in if it would have carried on. So I've got no problem with that. Forget about it. He would have made the way Liverpool played in the first half. He would have stuck it in the crowd anyway. There's no crowd. He would have stuck it in the stands, so it's fine.
You mentioned the Liverpool fullbacks before the game. Andy Robertson, rather alarmingly on a couple of occasions, has had a lot of space.
Yeah, Pogba, it's a big job for him to handle Robertson, and he hasn't quite done it in his first half. And Liverpool haven't capitalised, really. His concentration at times, you look at his infield, he's not looking over his shoulder once. You'd expect somebody to tell him that, especially from the bench, but he's gone, it's too late. And Robertson, he has been in some really good positions, but they either not looked for him or like this, the quality has been really poor. But look, Pogba, second half, he's got to be aware of this because this is a real threat now. He should play him in. Firmino, no doubt, should play him in. Again, he makes the wrong choice.
It was an awful shot, Scholes.
It's a terrible shot, and he's in such space there, Robertson. Pogba sees at the last minute. It's far too late. His concentration second half has got to be better.
See, I mentioned before the game, this is where I'd play. He doesn't want to run, Pogba. He doesn't want to run backwards. And when he does, he's not... You can see his body shape.
That run, actually, is pretty good. I mean, he was so close to being onside. The linesman obviously give it offside, but that's how they're going to hurt Liverpool.
We talked about set plays. That's the closest to the first half.
Yeah, that's really close. It's a good effort. Obviously, you'd like to see him at the target, but we sat here, we thought that was in, but was the keeper getting across? Don't think he was. But look, quality has to be better. The space is there, but the quality's got to be better.
Indeed. OK, there we go. Half-time.